Welcome to Evolution of Self with me, Britannia.
Hello. So I was listening to Eckhart Tolle the other day. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he was speaking about the state of victimhood. Actually, he was speaking about the ego state, and I very much agree with, I think, nearly everything that he says. In fact, I can't think of anything I don't agree with when he's talking. And I love his really dry kind of strange humour. Yeah, that makes me giggle on the inside just thinking about it. Anyway, he was talking about how the ego likes to be right. It likes to be seen to be good at something, whether it's sort of physically beautiful or having a clever mind or being really creative or whatever it happens to be. And when we can't find anything, then what we sometimes do is attach to being a victim. Because in being a victim, it's like a martyrdom. You're right because somebody else is wrong. The bully, the aggressor, the other person who has caused you to be a victim, life, whatever it is. And I think this is very important because it's something that I learnt sort of early on in my life, really, in some of my first sort of early relationships. I chose the role of victim, and I can see, looking back, that in that moment, I felt justified. I felt like the injured sort of heroic party, on the side of good and right. And it made me feel more. And I can see how that is completely from my ego, because in order for me to feel right about being a victim, I made the other person wrong for being the bully, the aggressor, whatever it was. And I just wanted to highlight that because there's a lot of people and organisations and groups playing the victim. And our response to that is quite often to go and step into that victim state with them and to say to them, yes, the aggressor, the other party, whether it's an individual or an organisation or a group of people or a religion or whatever, they are so wrong. But this all comes from from an ego state of making others wrong to make ourselves right. It's a false sense of power that makes us feel that we are more. But it isn't actually the truth, because it's brittle and it causes opposition and divides. It doesn't unify and pull people together. And it makes you stay weak and small, because to hold on to that ego state of victimization, you can't ever shine or be brilliant and claim your space in the world. You have to continue to play the victim. People even do this with illnesses to gain sort of attention and recognition for their suffering. They embrace being ill because it makes them feel more important. It's a very strange state to be in. And I knew that, I found out that for me to really truly live my life how I wanted to live it, I needed to let go of being a victim, because you cannot be a victim, because victims play small, they play beleaguered, they play the injured party. You can't be in that space and live fully in life. You can't embrace your authentic self and let yourself shine, because that part of you is indestructible. It's ever living, it's eternal. And that could never be a victim, ever, of anyone or anything, be it a circumstance or a situation or people or an organisation or whatever it is. So this might rub you up the wrong way. It might strike a nerve. It might make you think, well, actually, in my case, what you're saying is wrong. and that's fine. But what I would encourage you to do is, once you've felt your self-righteous justification and your anger and your resentment and your opposition to what I'm saying, I would ask you to sort of just in the stillness to really seek the truth. That is being a victim. Does it change things? Does it make you feel expansive? Does it make you feel joyful? Does it make you feel alive? Because if it doesn't make you feel any of those things, then it's damaging to you. It's damaging to your organisation if your organisation is playing the victim. It's damaging to the culture of whatever it is you're part of, if that part of that thing is playing a victim space. I don't know if I've put this together clearly, and I'll give it some more thought, and maybe I'll come back to it in a little while and see if I can give something that's much more succinct and to the point. but I hope you get the gist of what I'm saying. As usual, there's loads of links in the show notes below. There's a link to my free 7-day happiness boost course. There is a link to my website where you can connect with me if you're interested in coaching or group coaching. And there's links to all my social media if you just want to say hi. And I always welcome any comments that anyone leaves, and I always try to answer them. And so much love from me to you. Bye-bye.